Guys, it's Daniel Cheeseman with Bridgetown Volunteer Fire Department. Just going to do a little quick demo on IAmResponding for the administrators out there that really want to use the functionality of the pre-incident plans or pre-incident surveys. It's actually quite easy to do this in IAmResponding. The biggest thing to remember is not to overthink. A lot of times that you may think you need a nice piece of software to do this with, but really at the end of the day, with Microsoft Word, Paint, just some little things out there, it can really be done very easily. So, with saying that, anybody who is watching this video, in order to do these functions, your profile will have to have the ability to add and edit markers enabled on your profile with IAmResponding. If your profile does not have that, you will not see these options in the administrative functions section. Before we get started, the most important thing that I feel with pre-incident plans or pre-incident surveys, I'm going to talk more about pre-incident surveys more than pre-incident planning. Pre-incident surveys in my world basically are like a site survey. You attend the location, identify some hazards, building construction, that kind of thing, contact information, occupancy, floor plans if you can get them or make them. Whereas a pre-incident plan would be the placement of apparatus for certain incidents, especially in the volunteer world where we are. Pre-incident planning is not necessarily always effective for every call. We can do it with structured fires with our automatic aid protocol. However, for us to pre-incident plan every incident sometimes can be a bit difficult. Not saying it's impossible, but we have to cover all functions, and sometimes it's not necessarily a feasible option for us. So we're going to kind of stick to pre-incident surveys where we identify hazards in the floor plans, building construction, that kind of thing, water sources, anything along that line. So let's go to administrative functions in your IAmResponding. So you would have logged in. We're going to go to administrative functions. The first and foremost thing I find with pre-incident plans is to make sure that you have your mutual aid departments added to your IAmResponding. Every department has its own unique identifier number. I liken it to having a friend on Facebook. Each one has an identifier number. So, for instance, my department, Bridgetown Fire, has its own special number. That number can be added to other users of IAmResponding, like our neighboring departments, and then when they put my number into their system, I can now see certain things that necessarily I couldn't see before. So I'll get into that a little bit more, but the most important thing is when you're using pre-incident plans, especially if you want your neighbors to be able to use it, is to make sure that they have their IDs entered into your system. So let's go down to administrative functions where we were, and I'm going to go to System Settings and Department ID / Mutual Aid IDs. If you click on that, the unique IAmResponding subscriber ID number for your department, which will be Bridgetown Fire, is 107-374-2324. So in order for me to be able to see another department's mutual aid information or information selected for mutual aid departments only, they would have to have that code. As you can see, I actually have every single person's or every single department's code in my county in here. So if I select that I want a mutual aid department to be able to see it, any one of these departments can see it. So I've already set this up. You simply just type it in and hit add and save changes. Let's go into the pre-incident planning now, or pre-incident survey I should say. So when you're doing this, you can either go in and you can do it this way, and you can manage it right here. Excuse me, yawning. So you can add or edit, delete markers. You can also go to the toggle dashboard. So pre-incident plans can be various things. I'm going to zoom in here. Pre-incident plans can be something as simple as this. This is our fire station. Now, I did have a special piece of software that I received through a grant, so I'm able to go and do that. So pre-incident plans allow me to, what I did was click that cover page. Whoop. Cover page. Let me open it up. So this is our cover page that we use, and this is the format that we use. We have 31 Bay Road, Bridgetown Volunteer Fire Department, District BVFD, updated by me on November 20th, 2016. No lockbox, fire station, community hall. There is non-sprinkler, but it is a fire alarm. Occupant loads up to 125 people. Height, how many floors, length, width, roof construction, so it's reinforced lightweight truss construction, asphalt shingles, exterior wall is ICF, concrete floor, distance from hydrants in here, and this just means truss construction, non-sprinklers. So these are symbols that you can just get online. Our software has them that we use. And here's your distance to hydrants to the building itself. The two closest. What you also can do is you can list your hydrants right here and here, and then of course the next two closest hydrants. And what I've done here for our area, because our municipal water system does have limitations on it, especially when we're dealing with a large structure fire, we normally are operating with a aerial device as well as hand lines and whatnot. So once you switch to an aerial device in our systems, you've pretty much taxed the municipal water system here. So you do require a tanker shuttle to augment your operations when you are using a municipal water system. Some special conditions and hazards. Fire station, of course, threw it in there. No full-time occupants. We are 100% volunteer on call. Our service entrance for electricity. Yes, it has a backup generator. There is a fire break in between the station and the community hall and the roof structure. There is ventilation equipment located above the offices in the mezzanine and cloakroom. And primary heating is in-floor with electric makeup heaters and ventilation systems. Obviously, we have emergency contact information. This is just our fire chief. And that is a cover page for us. It looks very, very complex, but it's actually quite easy to do without a special program. I just want to go a little more on floor plan. So we're going to open this up. What I've done with this is I've actually developed this floor plan. Again, it looks quite fancy. It was made using a piece of software. So this software obviously doesn't have to be used for everybody. It's very, very easy to do this. Very easy without having that software. Yes, the software makes it easier, but it's not hard for anyone to do that. Excuse me. So again, we have north facing here, where north is, and whatnot. One more thing that I've done here, just to kind of show an example of what we can do. I've actually gone ahead and overlaid the floor plan over the satellite image. So that's simply how it's set up. So let's just pretend that we're going to add one here. Actually, disregard. First, we need the documents. So here's a couple ideas that you can do. All right. You can go here and you can go to Google Maps. If you know generally where your hydrants are, instead of having that piece of software, you can just simply go and hit your print screen option. It's above your around your scroll lock or insert section. Just hit print screen. Print screen captures your screen. This is on a Windows PC, by the way. And then if you go into here, once you hit print screen, if you hit the paste button up here, you now have that image off of Google Maps. Take it, and we'll just take this down and we'll trim it like that. Crop. And then you can take it and select and go cut. And then go into Microsoft Word. And make sure you go, I guess portrait will work. And then go insert and go home, where's paste? Paste. There is our image. immediately take it, go text wrapping, and go in front of text. So now what we've done is we allowed it to move, and then just go send to back. Great. So there is our image right there. Then simply go insert shape. If you know a hydrant's right here, add your circle shape, then go add text, and then just type the letter H. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Whoop. Over here. Make that just a tad bit bigger. Awesome. Not pretty, but you know what? It doesn't have to be, it's just going to work. So let's take this and go copy, paste. Now I have another hydrant, and our other hydrant's down here. So what I can do is then go into here, format the text box. I'll make it bolder. Go into here and make it green to go for the hydrant. Same thing. I can go to your H, go to your text color and go hydrant, hydrant. There you go. There's your hydrant locations. So then you can go and go insert shapes, and we'll go here like this. Whoop, backwards. Insert shapes, and I'll be done after this one. I just kind of want to give you guys an idea of what's going on here. Insert shapes, like that, and then you can go insert shape, and then go boop. Add text, entry, doors. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Alright. So you go around and you label all kinds of things. You got propane tanks, that kind of thing. Alright. So let's say we're done. I want to go to save as. Go save as and go PDF or XPS. So we go to desktop, and I'm just going to save it in a folder. And I go Bridgetown, BVFD, SAT, BVFD SAT, publish. Done. That is finished. Alright. The same thing is true with your text documents. You can also go and you can put a list of text documents, contact information. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to work. Sometimes some things aren't pretty, and sometimes things just work. So, we've gone ahead and done that. Let's take it one step further here. You could label that you have an FDC right here, but you can also take it. Oh, no, I guess I don't have Street View there. My apologies. Well, that's just how small my town is. Anyways, you could take some Street View image there of the Bridgetown Volunteer Fire Department. Actually, let's go to Google. And see if I can find a station or a nice image of the station here, and I don't think I can. Okay, it was worth a try. Let's say this is the front of the station. There's an FDC here. Let's just use it for example. Save image. There responding, and then I'm just going to save that in there. Alright. ERG online. Let's go to the Transport Canada website. Let's go to a PDF version. 2016. Let's say we've got propane in our area. We're at our fire station. Find it here. 1075. 1075. And narrows it down a bit. Let's find the page for 1075. Where are we here? Shoot. 115, 115, guide 115. So, this is guide 115. Let me just make this letter. I guess I can't do that. Let's go to menu. I guess I can't go full screen right now. Oh, there it is. Oh. That's okay. For the purpose of this will be good. Hit print screen. Like I showed you before. Go into here and hit paste. This time what I want to do is I want to take this and go highlight that page and go crop. You can actually then hit save and go to desktop, IAR, go 1075. So there, I've got a little bit of pre-site survey done. Back to IAmResponding. Once you have all that done, right click, not left, but right click once, and it'll bring up the markers. Click up here to the marker area so you can select the different options and select pre-plan. Put a description there. I can't spell words. Hold on here. There we go. So, going ahead and get a description. Let's go manage files. So, BBFD site or SAT. Choose the file, and I want to go to that PDF that's at SAT. Now we created earlier. So you can go site overview. Now, remember when we added the neighboring departments to our IAmResponding so they could see our stuff? This only has to do with your pre-plans, and that's it. It doesn't have to do with any other markers. Any other markers are visible to anybody else in your area. Actually, anybody else that uses IAmResponding. However, because of the sensitive nature probably of some pre-plans, you want to retain some things with regards to contact numbers and that sort of thing. So with IAmResponding, you have permission. You can go private access. That is your department only. Nobody else outside of your department can access that information. Open access, conversely, is everybody can see it. So if you upload it to IAmResponding, then anybody in the world that has IAmResponding can see it. It depends on what you're dealing with. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. But other times, you might need to set that to department only. Or there's another option, and that's mutual aid access. Mutual aid access allows you to set it so only those people that you have added to your mutual aid list back in the ID section at the beginning of this video can see it. And the beautiful thing about this is hit save file. Now we can add another file. So let's go to 1075 My zero's not working. 1075 ERG guide. Let's say for some reason you wanted that to remain private. So you could put 1075 ERG guide in private only. Select file and 1075. Perfect. Save file. So now that is set to private. So only those people in your department can see that. Nobody else can see that, regardless if they're added to your mutual aid list or not. And finally, let's get that station photo out front that shows where the FDC is. Street front. Or you could go alpha side. You could take a picture of every side of the building if you want and put it in there as different ones. You could even take a different photo of every side and upload it and combine it as one PDF, so it's a 4-page PDF. It doesn't have to be a single-page PDF. So let's go open access to that one and save file. We're done. That is done. Hit save. New marker added. And here we are. So this is the marker that we just added. So BBFD SAT photo, 1075 ERG, and alpha side. You can do up to 10 files, 10 megabytes each, and you can add them on here as you'd like, and anybody or nobody could have access to it. Apologies, I've got the station doors open right now, and it sounds like somebody's going home from a little dirt biking. So, here you go. Here's that document. You can have whatever you want on there. This is accessible to anybody that has access to the IAmResponding app or online. Of course, depending on if you've let them have access to it. That's 1075 ERG guide. You can download that imagery to your phone, and here it is. So no thumbing through a book. Or that alpha side, there's that icon right there. That's how you set up pre-plans. If you do need to go and edit anything, you can just click on it, manage files, and you can go and I don't want anybody to have access to that anymore. Update file, and you've updated it. Hit update down here, and you're done. That is as simple as pre-site surveys or pre-incident plans on IAmResponding can be. I hope this video helps you do things in your department and start utilizing this great feature. The best part is if you do run tablets in your trucks or phones or whatnot, when it does map to the address, that document will be displayed. So it's as simple as clicking that document. You can download that document to an iPhone, to an Android device, iPad, computer, anything out there that has access to the internet. And you have that mobile ability right there on your phone or on your tablet. And the best part is your membership. You can use it in training. If you're doing scenarios, you can use it to better your training. You can use it to do district familiarization without having to leave the building. Obviously, it will not replace that, but that's just some options out there. I'm going to go in here and delete this because that is not correct. But there are some other things out there that you can put. Here's our settling ponds where our sewage settles. And they have a couple different chemicals there. They store chlorine there as well as sulfur dioxide. So you can actually go in, and I've actually downloaded a better quality app, or better quality. There is sulfur dioxide, 1072. If we have chlorine. Whoop. If we have chlorine, you can go in here. There's chlorine. Most recently, we just had a local hydro company come in, and they have emergency preparedness plans for their power generation stations. We can update it right here, and there is the complete emergency preparedness plan. For dam failures, you can do a lot of different things. a local manufacturing facility. Truck placement. That's when we kind of worked out here like that. You can go like that. I've also put the closest fire departments out there. You can indicate water sources. If you can think of putting something up there, obviously you don't want it to change every week, but something that you may have to update once a year, put it in there. It's unbelievable what you can do in there. So that's my little overview of IAmResponding. I really and truly hope this helps you out in your department. And I hope maybe if your administrators are watching this, that start assigning people tasks to do in IAmResponding. You don't have to give someone full access to everything. Sometimes you just need to give people a little piece of the puzzle and let them focus on their task at hand. Again, it's Daniel Cheeseman with Bridgetown Volunteer Fire Department. Thanks again for watching. I hope this helps you, and have yourself a great night.